Hello everyone. I know it's been a while since I posted anything, but like I'd mentioned in the previous video, it's that old dog and new tricks thing. Anyways, I'm out here in Vegas, out here on a convention, and figured I'd share a little bit of my trip with you. I'm out here for a AML and BSA conference, which is money laundering and Bank Secrecy Act, all that kind of stuff to combat money laundering from all different sources, whether it's drug cartels, drug dealers, terrorists, all different types of scenarios, loan sharks, everything. Well, we're out here to learn a little bit on that. But anyways, since this is trying to be a travel channel, I'll go ahead and share a little of my experience with you on my way out here. I come out of Atlanta on Delta, got the business flight, company was buying, whoop, whoop, and got on the business class there, and that seat wasn't no bigger than economy. It was a 757 plane, which I don't know my numbers on planes and whatnot, but that was a tight seat right there. When I got to here in Las Vegas, I felt like I'd been beat. Took about a day and a half for me to get over that and some leave PMs and a good night's sleep, and I was much better the next day. But that's one thing I learned about traveling, is you really gotta pay attention to what kind of a seat you're getting. Whether it says business class, you paying for business class, so it costs you like business class, but the seat is pretty much economy with 6 inches of extra leg room. They were just as tight as could be and rough. I mean, this seat felt like I was sitting on a bag of rocks all the way out here. So it was not an enjoyable flight. I fly Delta a good bit. This is probably one of the worst flights that I've been on. And I got to thinking to myself, well, what if I'd have went to overseas and got stuck with something like this? They'd have probably had to unload me in an ambulance on the other end, or just haul me off into the woods and throw some dirt on me, one or the other. I don't know. But pay attention to your seat selection. I guess sites like that Seat Guru, sorry if I'm still messing up, but anyway, sites like that Seat Guru, read the reviews on it and stuff. See if it's worth paying that little extra or using some of your miles, if you have them, to try to keep that money down and a comfort level up. The older you get, me being on up there, 64 years old, you got to be able to move around a little bit. You don't want to be all cramped up. You run a risk of blood clots or that deep vein thrombosis or thrombosis. DVT, I think it's called. Let's go with that. Anywho, I posted an article on my blog about that. If you get a chance, check it out. JustOleHutch.com. That's just OLE Hutch.com. One word. Check it out. See what you think. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'm trying to build that page up also, along with this. So if you like it, say so. If you don't like it, say so. If you think of something I should add to it, put it in there. Any recommendations, complaints, compliments? Well, I don't really need no compliments, but any complaints or recommendations or whatever you think, you want to share your own experiences, get on there and let me know so we can share it with everybody else. I don't expect this channel to go anywhere big, other than just a few people maybe. But if it helps them few people, it's worth it. Plus, I like doing it. I don't like all the learning experiences I have to go through to do it, but I like it. It's a little weird, out of my comfort zone. As I'd mentioned before, I am an auctioneer and I'm used to talking to crowds. But if you get me one-on-one and say, let me hear your auction chant, can't do it. Just not that comfortable doing that kind of stuff. Or talking in front of a bunch of people other than an environment I feel comfortable in, like my auction. Hopefully I'll get to the point on this where y'all ain't having to suffer through crappy videos just to get to whatever point I'm trying to make. But what I'm trying to do is to keep posting as much as I can. It's tough for me because I stay busy. You know, trying to find the time to sit there and cut out a video or sit there and talk about something y'all might even be interested in. I don't know. It's tough. Give me some ideas. If you want me to talk about something, put something in the comments. And like I say, you know, you hear all these other people saying like and subscribe. Well, shit, I ain't gonna hate you if you do. At least I know somebody else is listening to it besides me and my daughter or something, you know. See what we can do anyway. But hopefully I'll get more comfortable with this, and hopefully it'll be a little more enjoyable. But anyways, check them seats when you make a plane trip somewhere. Could make all the difference between a comfortable flight and a trip from hell, you know, just suffering the whole way out. I'm curious about what my flight back is going to be like on one hand, but I don't want to look it up on the other hand because probably ain't much I can do about it because the company's paying for these tickets, not me. Otherwise you wouldn't see me out here. I'd be spending my money to go someplace else, someplace nice. I'm hoping to the end of this year to maybe go back over to Asia somewhere, Southeast Asia. Check it out. I'd like to share that experience with y'all if you're interested. Like for you to follow along with me, and hopefully I'll get better at this old one-on-one thing. I'm struggling. Anyways, but I plan on doing all kinds of little traveling. I've already done a good bit. I thought about posting a bunch of pictures and videos and stuff. I'm gonna be focusing more on advice, like I said. Anytime I get a good little piece of advice, I may just jump right on here and tell you instead of sitting there waiting till I get me thoughts in my head to sit down and talk with you and all. I got a motorcycle. I love to ride around on it when I can. I may take a trip on that one day and just kind of document that and give you the ins and outs of, you know, how to do something like that on a cheap. It don't cost much for gas and a motorcycle. You can camp out if you want to, or just find reasonable rooms somewhere, or just, you know, whatever. Go visit a friend somewhere on it, you know, just somewhere to get out, get moving about. See the world, whether it's only this little part of the world or across the globe part of the world. There's so much to see. And even living here in the United States, I mean, you know, you think, well, I want to go overseas. I want to go here. I want to go there. But all these people from other ends of the globe, they come here to see things. Probably a lot of things that you ain't seen yourself. So there's a lot of stuff right here in your own backyard that you can go visit and enjoy. Document it. I'd recommend that highly. If you're into journaling, write your little journal, you know. Do your little vlog or something so that, you know, you can share their memories with others. Especially if you write it down, even if you think you're remembering real good about the trip, you know, in a year from now or 2 years from now, you're sitting there thumbing through that little journal and you might say, I forgot about that part. That was a real enjoyable part. And it might be. But you never know what you're going to see out there. You meet a lot of good people. I try to keep upbeat and friendly with everybody I meet. I can't stand rude people, so I try to shy away from them as much as I can. If I encounter a rude person, I don't try to combat it with rudeness myself. I just try to move on from them. To keep life harmonious. And that makes it so much more enjoyable no matter where you're going, you know. Come all the way out here, a couple thousand miles out to Las Vegas from Alabama. I see a little rudeness around here every now and again, but I just swerve away from it. Same thing at home though, in my own backyard. Go to McDonald's, go to Waffle House, go someplace like that. A lot of times folks there are rude. I don't like it. I don't think anybody in the customer service business should be rude. If you're having a bad day, deal with it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're getting paid to be nice, but I'm not gonna get on that rant. Trust me, that's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand rude people. Even if you just go up to the lake or to the park or wherever, just go to town next door. Go someplace you don't know about over there. Drive down a street you ain't never been down. You know, make sure it ain't a bad part of town or something like that. You know, a lot of these big cities, you don't want to stray too far into certain areas. But out there, like where I live in the country and whatnot, yeah, you really ain't got a whole lot to worry about that. Your biggest problem would be is if you run out of gas somewhere or had a breakdown, you know, you might be a minute or two before somebody comes by you, and might be 3 or 4 times that long before somebody's willing to help you. But rarely do you have a bad trip if you're trying to just go out and have fun, if you go out like that. Now, if you say you're going a couple 100 miles on a work trip or something like that, and you break down and you can't get going, and the company won't send you the money to get your vehicle fixed or get you out of an airport you're stuck in, that would be a bad trip. But if you leave your house going on a trip that you're planning yourself, you designed it yourself, and things don't go exactly as planned, chalk that up as the part of the trip. That's what builds your memories, you know. If everything was great, how would you call it great if you had nothing to compare it to? You know, you got to have some bad with the good, as long as it ain't too bad. But just get out there and explore, you know. On your way home from work, drive down a different road than you normally go. Yeah, I know it only takes you 20 or 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, to get home going your regular route, and you don't want to deviate from that because you're ready to get home. Just take a little extra route somewhere. So what if it knocks you back 5 minutes? What you gonna do when you get home? 5 minutes. You're liable to sit in the car checking text messages when you get home for 5 minutes. So you ain't out nothing. You might see some places you really like. You might find a shorter way. Scroll down the back roads, that's all I'm saying. You got to go to town, go the back way. Don't have to get on the interstate to get everywhere in a hurry. Ease on down the back road. You're probably only costing yourself a few minutes at the end of it, but it's a more peaceful way to travel. You like fishing? Get out there and go fishing. Don't have to be on the best lake. Don't have to be where, you know, everybody's talking about all the fish are biting. I love to fish. That's one of my things. I mean, I love to fish. But I ain't got to go where everybody's talking about biting. I love to just sit on the water. You know, that old saying, my worst day of fishing is better than my best day of work, is 100% true. As long as I'm out there floating around, got a fishing pole in my hand, and a possibility of catching a fish, I'm having a good time. I don't care if I come back at the end of the day and only caught 2 fish, or I come at the end of the day and caught 20 fish. It's all still a good day. Yeah, you know, motor breakdown, you have to roll back to the dock. That might not be one of them memories I was talking about that make it better, but it is an adventure. But you get through it, you know. Makes you stronger in here. You get through stuff like that in here. And probably in here, depending on how far you got to row. Let's hope that ain't the case, you know. Hopefully you're returning downwind with a strong breeze. That's all I can say, unless it's close to a dam. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, get out there and explore. Enjoy life for what it is, just an adventure. Sit there and get online, look at what kind of local events are happening around your town or your state or the state closest next door, you know. Like I live in Alabama, say I get on there and I see they got something like the Renaissance Fair going on over in Georgia. The only time I've been to one of them was in California, and I loved it, but that was years and years ago, probably before most of you was even born. But I loved it. And say they got that going on over in Georgia. Well, shoot, I might jump on my motorcycle, ride over there, spend the night. Give me a little hotel room, cheap hotel room, spend the night, spend the day there, have a great time, come on back. Well, that'd almost be as fun as going to Disneyland as a kid, you know, or going to some festival or something like that, you know. Just, you hit it with the right attitude, it'll hit you with the right memories is what I got to say. But anyways, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I got all kinds of stuff in here to talk about, but once I start yakking, it ain't coming out. So anyways, until next time, I'm Hutch. Glad to meet you. Like I said, consider subscribing. At least hit the like button. Don't cost you nothing. And we'll catch you next time. Hopefully I do better and better each time, and y'all won't regret doing it. Hopefully I do better next time, and y'all won't regret doing that. So anyways, see you later.